All right, April, thank you. Time for our Precious Earth segment now. I'm joined by Rick Hunter from Microgrid Energy. And if you can see behind us, you can probably see what we're talking about here today. These are solar energy panels. Rick, good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning.
Has this sort of changed over the years? I'm remembering the solar calculator that we all had in the 1980s. This looks, give or take, something like that. Is that basically what we're dealing with here, the same type of technology?
Same technology. Definitely efficiency has improved over the years, but it's the same basic concept, taking sunlight and turning it into electricity.
Okay, so tell us how you can use this in a practical way at your house. They call you and you install it, and why don't you walk us through the steps as to how much it costs and what the installation actually involves?
Sure. Well, the process is really simple now. You call and your solar installer can come and give you an idea of what will fit on your roof and how much power it can produce for you. The cost has come down tremendously. There's incentives. Your solar installer should be able to help you through the incentives and make that process very simple. There's a utility rebate. So Ameren in our area will send you a check back after you install the system. There's also an investment tax credit that's available from the federal government. And when you combine those incentives, the cost of solar has come down tremendously, and that's the big message we're trying to get out right now, is that you may have heard that solar was expensive. That has changed quite a bit. The cost of these panels has definitely come down quite a bit just in the past year or so in particular.
We're still talking several $1,000s for
still
houses,
several
right?
thousand, yeah. So net of incentives, a typical price might be $3,000 to $5,000 for a typical home. And for that, you can see a substantial cut in your utility bills. In some cases, like the home we just completed in Soulard, you can offset entirely your utility bill, so you have a net zero situation.
So does that mean that the house that you did this in Soulard, and we shot some pictures of that, those homeowners do not get a bill from Ameren every month? Is that what you're saying?
Well, they'll get a bill, but they'll also get a credit on their bill for the power they're putting back on the grid. And basically what will happen is the amount of electricity produced by the solar will be totally offset the amount of power that they pull in from the grid. So that, at night you're going to use power and the solar is not going to be operating. You're going to be using from the grid. During the day, you're going to be producing more than you're using, and you're going to be putting power back on the grid. But net of all that will be zero.
Understood.
Or
okay. So you obviously still need to have the connection from your local power supplier here, like you said, because of nighttime and perhaps in the winter or something like that. But that the net is either a wash or you're putting it back into the system.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm sure there are still some myths that people don't think of states in the Midwest or in the Northeast, perhaps. You might think of where you need the sun shining like a desert state. Completely not true?
Completely not true. We have great sun in Missouri. In fact, most of the U.S. gets some great sun. Solar is very viable here. We get about the same amount of sun as Miami. So people are surprised sometimes. When you take a look over the course of a year, we get a lot of good sun here.
Okay, and that is enough to sort of make this whole process work.
It is, yeah. The value is great for solar in Missouri right now because of those incentives, but also because we have good sun, and those are the two key factors right there. If you can get the cost down and you have enough sun, you've got viable solar.
So for a couple $1,000s, you can put this on your house.
Absolutely. It's a great time to be doing it, and there's a huge growth right now. Our phone is ringing off the hook. We've got just a ton of people that are interested. It's just a big movement nationally, and it's starting to really take hold here in St. Louis as well.
Okay, great. Well, Rick Hunter from Microgrid Energy, thanks so much for being here, talking solar.
Thanks.
Good day to do it. We have the sun out here right now.
Yeah.
All right, you can find more also on fox2now.com. April, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Elliot. Well, coming up.